Welcome to this explainer. Okay, let's dive right into a premium masterclass designed specifically for you, whether you're a coach, a manager, a leader, or a people development professional. Today, we're tackling a very real problem, navigating those tricky, stalled workplace conversations. And we're going to use a highly practical tool straight out of chapter 30 of Fred Clements' book, 30 Coaching Tools and Approaches That Actually Work. Today is all about the power of metaphors. Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to build your leadership toolkit step by step, covering everything from the stuck workplace conversation and what metaphors are to why they work, using them in practice, pitfalls to avoid, and unlocking change. We aren't doing academic theory today. We're moving straight from a real problem to a practical solution. Let's get to it. Section 1, the stuck workplace conversation. We've literally all been there. You know the exact signs, right? You sit down for what really should be a productive one-to-one. And suddenly, boom, you hit a wall. You're looking at unclear conversations, a serious lack of confidence, poor ownership, weak feedback loops, and just incredibly stuck thinking. It's the kind of situation where your standard management playbook just bounces right off. You offer logical advice, deflected, you ask for solutions, blank stares, and it leaves you the leader feeling completely uncertain about how to actually help them move forward. That brings us perfectly to section 2. What are metaphors and how we turn a literary device into a practical tool? According to Clements, a metaphor is simply a comparison that helps one thing be understood through another. But here's the absolute game changer. It is not just a figure of speech. Actually, scratch that. It's literally a way of thinking. In a coaching context, a metaphor isn't just some fancy decoration you sprinkle on a sentence to sound nice. It reveals exactly how your coachee is making sense of their experience deep down. I absolutely love this quote from the source material. The aim is not to be clever. The aim is to help the person think. As Fred Clements points out, this isn't about flexing your literary muscles or sounding like a poet. It's a working toolkit for real conversations with real people. It's all about creating clarity, where right now, there's only confusion. Let's roll into section 3. Why metaphor is actually work. Why do these succeed when plain instructions fail? Well, think of a metaphor as a doorway. It reaches the core of an issue, where plain language just kind of struggles. When someone can't quite articulate what they're going through, a shared visual concept gives them a safe, relatable way to express those really complex emotions. Whether they're talking about navigating a violent storm, building a house from the ground up, or hauling around heavy baggage from an old project, the metaphor creates a shared language. It gives you both a framework to talk about messy feelings without triggering a defensive reaction. So here's the really crucial point. When someone is struggling, plain language usually gets bogged down in logical defensiveness. People put their walls up, they feel judged, or they overanalyze the facts just to protect themselves. But a metaphor, it completely shifts the perspective. It uncovers hidden meanings and actually creates a sense of possibility. People can talk about their issue safely, almost like they're discussing a third party, without ever feeling personally attacked. Moving on to section 4, using metaphors in practice. Let's see how you actually deploy this in real time. It boils down to a super clear 3-step structure. First up, you have to actively listen for their natural imagery. If they say, I'm going around in circles, or I'm carrying everyone on my back, that isn't just venting, that's your doorway in. Second, if they don't offer one, deliberately invite it. Ask, if this problem was an animal, what would it be? And third, gently explore it. Don't solve it for them. Help them walk around inside that metaphor to find their own way out. Let's look at a quick practical example from the text. Imagine a team member comes to you and says, I feel like I'm stuck in a pit. Now, if you're a manager, your immediate reflex is probably to play the rescuer. You want to throw them a rope, pull them up and say, here, let me fix this for you. But doing that completely robs them of ownership. Instead, you've got to explore their reality. As a coach asks them, what kind of pit is it? How deep is it? What would help you begin to climb out? By asking these specific, highly curious questions, you empower them to unlock the door themselves. You're helping them map the physical parameters of their stuckness inside the safety of that imagery so they can visualize their own escape. Okay, section 5. Common pitfalls to avoid. Before you rush out to use this, let's flag a few hidden reefs. There are definitely ways to get this wrong. First, whatever you do, do not force your own meaning onto their situation. If they say it's a storm, do not immediately assume they're terrified. Imposing your own meaning is a massive mistake. For them, a storm might be exciting, or maybe it's just necessary to clear the air. Ask them what it feels like. Also, don't hijack their image. If they're in a maze, don't start talking about climbing a mountain. And lastly, remember that some folks just prefer direct language. If imagery isn't their thing, don't force it. Respect their style. And finally, Section 6, Unlocking Change and Next Steps. Let's bring this all together. When you actively use metaphors, you completely transform the dynamic in the room. You shift away from that frustrating, paralyzed meeting full of defensiveness and step into an environment where people feel genuinely understood. When someone finally feels hurt through their own metaphor, you can almost see their physiological tension drop. They can start to imagine a clear path forward. The conversation unsticks and real change begins. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought. The next time you feel stuck in your own leadership journey, ask yourself, what would need to change in your picture for you to feel more resourceful today? Are you missing a key, a window? Do you need a completely different vehicle? Use this exact tool on yourself to unlock your own potential. For more information, head over to ClementsConsultancy.com to buy a discounted PDF copy of the book, or head over to Amazon for the ebook or printed version.